What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Smooth, coming at you with a Dragon Ball Super discussion-esque video. Now, in this video, I'll be breaking down the various powers and abilities that we've seen from characters in this recent and newest arc, the Champa arc, the Universe 6 arc, Tournament arc, whatever you want to call it, of Dragon Ball Super. So, without further ado, let's get right into the swing of things. So, let's start with Botamo. Now, in the anime and manga, Botamo has two different abilities. Let's go over the manga ability first. Basically, in the manga, Botamo's skin is so smooth that it's slippery. So every time Goku would attack with a physical or key attack, it would slip off of his body. So Goku overcame this by, of course, I don't know how it worked in the manga actually, because Goku beat Botamo by grabbing him. But if his body's slippery, he shouldn't have been able to grab him. Anyways, in the anime now, Botamo's ability is much more interesting in my opinion. He sends the force of attacks to other dimensions. So as we see when Goku was punching him, remember Goku's barrage punching Botamo's stomach, we see the waves like the, I don't know what you call it, dimensional teleportation. I don't know what you call it, man. But well, it hasn't been confirmed. It actually hasn't been confirmed. But sending, what's it called? The force of the attacks to a different dimension. That's his ability in the anime as far as we know. Now the next fighter in Universe 6 was Frost. Now, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it ever, I'm not sure, was it ever stated if Frost's poison ability was from inside his body, like the poison came from his body, or if it was outside influence? Let me know in the comments below if it's been said. But aside from the poison ability, Frost didn't really have much going for him. He's basically a copy and paste of Frieza. He has his transformations, he has his transformations, yeah, that's about it. He has his unique martial arts style, but other than that, he's just, you know, your typical Dragon Ball character. Now, next we have Otto Magetta, the Metal Man. So, Otto Magetta, his ability, well, he could manipulate lava. Well, heat. He consumes lava and he uses the heat and the lava to his advantage. He could spit out the lava, he could blast out the lava with such force that's able to match and possibly in some cases overpower Super Saiyan Vegeta's blasts. So he could shoot his lava blast with a lot of force. Well, it was actually due to the nature of the fight, due to the nature of the ring. He was somewhat manipulating heat and the oxygen in the area, but that was mostly because of the barrier that was around the arena. Now, he can also use Ki, as we've seen him power up before. He has a red aura, so he can use Ki, and he's extremely durable. If you actually look back at the fight, Vegeta was never really able to damage Magetta at all. Like, Magetta took no damage during that fight, unless I'm missing something here. One weakness though that the Metal Man have, not just Magetta, but it's his whole race apparently, is that they don't take too kindly to insults. If you insult a Metal Man, they'll lose all their fighting abilities. They'll get they'll get their feelings hurt over it, and they'll fight sloppily, and that's the reason why Magetta lost. Now next we have Kaba. Now Kaba, nothing special about Kaba in terms of abilities. He's your typical bread and butter Dragon Ball character. He has his martial arts, he has his Ki blast, and he has his transformations, which he actually learned mid-fight. So yeah, Kaba, your typical Dragon Ball character. What I did know is that when he hit, you did see Ki in his punches. Even though every single punch in Dragon Ball uses Ki, he actually used Ki blasts to augment his punches, which is really interesting. And last but not least, we have the strongest fighter on Universe 6, we have Hit. Now, Hit, he's an assassin from, of course, Universe 6. And his ability, he has a devastating combo of Time Stop, Toki Tobashi. I'll just be referring to it as Time Stop because that's what it is. time stop and hitting vital points. So let me get into his Toki Tobashi, aka time stop. Now a lot of people, well, it roughly translates to time skip, but the ability itself is not time skipping. Now the reason why it's referred to as time skipping is because from everyone else's perspective, anyone that's not hit is skipping time. He's here at one moment and literally instantly he's here the next. Like, you don't see the movement, he's just here and here. Now in Hit's perspective though, he's actually stopping time. In Hit's perspective, he is moving from here to here. So say he could stop time for 0.1 second at first, right? So, and you know he's really fast, so 0.1 second he can clear a large distance in that short amount of time. So this is what it would look like to Goku. He'll be here. To go in Goku's perspective, Hit would be here. Then 0.1 second later, he would automatically be here. But in Hit's perspective, this is what's going on. Hit is here. He's literally doing the same movement that anyone else would do, running or flying or whatever. And then by the time resumes, he's already here. Now, if you want to see more examples of something like this, watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, watch Dio, watch Zoroardo. Because I really feel like Hit... Oops, dropped my phone. I really feel like Hit... it's hard to say, but it seems like he had a lot of influences from Dio. The way he stopped time, and especially that barrage he did to Goku. That was like direct. That's exactly what Dio did in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to Jotaro. Punch barrage. Muda, 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 muda. For those of you that know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that's seen the series, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you that don't know, well, check it out. It's a great series. So, Hit isn't really skipping time. He's literally stopping time. He's literally stopping time. Alright. Now for Universe 7's team. Well, we know all their powers already, but I mean, get into it anyways. So even though he didn't really make it past the written test preliminaries, we've got Majin Buu. Now Majin Buu has a wide variety of powers. He has regeneration, he has absorption, he has, I don't know if it's classed as magic or matter manipulation, but you know his chocolate meme? Is that considered magic or matter manipulation or both? Anyways, he could turn any object, living or non-living, into food. I don't know if he can choose what food it is. I know he can choose different candies, but I don't know if he can choose between any food or if it just has to be candy. That'd be weird if it did just have to be candy, but yeah, he can manipulate matter, turn things to chocolate, turn things to candy. He has regeneration, he has extreme regeneration. He was able to regenerate from blowing up the earth. Well, that was Kid Buu. That's just specifically with Fat Buu. He was able to regenerate from having holes blasted in him, from blunt damage from Vegeta's and Gotenks' punches when Gotenks and Vegeta fought on Fat Buu. And yeah, his abilities, regeneration, absorption. He could absorb things. Although hasn't used it in his Fat Buu form, I'm pretty sure that he can. Now let's go with Piccolo. Piccolo is of course a Namekian from planet Namek. Well, he wasn't born on planet Namek, he was actually born on Earth. Funny thing. But his abilities are regeneration, super hearing, and well, I don't know if his abilities for hearing were augmented when he fused with Kami. You know, as Kami oversaw the whole Earth basically from the lookout. I don't know if that increased Piccolo's sensory abilities at all. I'm not sure, but we do know Piccolo has regeneration, and according to him himself, as long as his head is intact, he can regenerate. So Piccolo has regeneration, and other than that, other than regeneration and super hearing, he's your typical bread and butter Dragon Ball character. Ah, no, I forgot, he can stretch his limbs. Buu can as well. Majin Buu can stretch his limbs as well, and Piccolo. They can both stretch their limbs really far and use that for, tactical advantages, as we see Piccolo use that in the fight against Frost. Now, Monaka, well, he was able to take Goku's punch. That's about all we know as far as his abilities go. His face sunk in. That was probably a comedic moment, not to be taken seriously. And now Vegeta. Vegeta is your bread and butter Dragon Ball fighter. He's got the martial arts, like with Kaba, he's basically the same. He's got his martial arts, he's got his Ki Blast, and he's got his transformations. The only difference here is that he has another transformation, Super Saiyan Blue, which allows him to use God Ki. Now, so far as we know, the only advantage that God Ki gives you, as apparently there's no more regeneration from God Ki. Apparently, the only advantage God Ki gives you is that you're not able to be sensed by your opponent. But that's not really an advantage, as Hit and Frieza were able to fight opponents without being able to sense them. So I don't really see the advantages of God Ki as far as it goes with Super Saiyan Blue, because at first I thought Super Saiyan Blue would like not drain any stamina, just like Super Saiyan 1. I thought it would be like a master transformation. But according to Goku and the old Kai, as well as a few other references throughout these past 2 episodes, Super Saiyan Blue drains your energy as well. It's just like a normal Super Saiyan transformation. It drains your energy the same way, it drains your stamina the same way. No, well, you can control your ki better. I guess that's the advantage it has over Super Saiyan 1. You can control your ki better, but that's about it. But as far as Vegeta goes, he's your typical bread and butter Dragon Ball fighter. Now, Goku, he has everything that Vegeta has, plus 2 more techniques. One that hasn't really been seen, which I thought would have been a great counter to Hit's Toke Tobashi time stop. I thought actually Goku would have been using instant transmission. Think about it. Time stop versus instant movement. Think about it. 2 pretty hard to fathom concepts. Instant, like literally instant, versus stopping all the time. But Goku found his own way to overcome the time stop. And that is with the Kaioken technique. Kaioken, whatever you want to call it. So that's what separates Goku from Vegeta by a large margin of 10 times. Kaioken times 10. So Goku has, his base form, Saiyan Beyond God, which is not a transformation. It's not a form. Not a transformation. It's not a form. It's just his base. There's no difference between his base, Saiyan Beyond God, quote unquote, and his base in Dragon Ball Episode 1, except for the power level. So him and Vegeta both have their bases. They have their Super Saiyan forms. They have Super Saiyan Blue. They have Super Saiyan 2. Goku has Super Saiyan 3. That's what he has over Vegeta. Goku has Instant Transmission. That's what he has over Vegeta. That's not a transformation though. And Goku has Kaioken. Now, this episode, Goku used Kaioken times 10 against, I almost said Frost, against Hit. Now, what Goku did here is, well, I'm gonna clear up a misconception. It's not really a misconception, but because it has a valid point, but there's still something a little bit off about it. Now, Goku's Super Saiyan Blue form, of course, uses God Ki. Kaioken is a technique created by King Kai, who's a god himself. So Kaioken is a god technique. Now, since Super Saiyan Blue uses God Ki and Kaioken is a god technique, it should mesh perfectly, which is what we've seen in this episode. But a lot of people are saying because one's a god technique, Goku could control it better. And if you've seen Geekdom and Black and Fist collaboration video on Geekdom's channel, they go into this, and well, it doesn't really, they made a lot of good points, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't really make sense, and due to the one reason that's been stated in the series itself, it's not my headcanon. Goku said that Super Saiyan Blue drained stamina, and the old Kai said Super Saiyan Blue drained stamina just like any other Super Saiyan transformation. That's why they haven't been used. That's why Goku, when he first fought Hit last episode, in episode 38, he said, no, I'll hold off Super Saiyan Blue because it drains stamina. I don't want to use up too much stamina. And that's also why Goku said it's still risky using the Kaioken along with Super Saiyan Blue. He said there's a 10% chance that this will succeed, meaning there's a 90% chance that he would die. So, no, Kaioken does not merge perfectly with Super Saiyan Blue. He said because he had a calm heart and proper ki control. Not because of God Ki, not because it was a God technique, because of a calm mind and proper ki control. That is why he was able to use Super Saiyan Blue along with Kaioken together in tandem. Now, as we've seen in the filler arc of Dragon Ball, not a filler arc, some filler episodes, we've seen Goku use Kaioken along with Super Saiyan 4 against Piccolo. But like, I don't mean to copy them, but like what Geek Them and Black and Fist said in their own video, Goku only used Kaioken in bursts for now in Dragon Ball Super. Even when he used the Super Kaioken against Piccolo, it was in a short burst. Now this is my own headcanon here. I'm gonna tell you when I have headcanon and when I'm not using straight facts from the series. My own headcanon is Goku was able to use Kaioken for this prolonged period of time and not a short burst because he had the proper ki control and the calm mind. In Super Saiyan 1 form, he had near perfect ki control and a calm mind. As we know, he mastered the Super Saiyan 1 form so that he was calm in it. Apparently his ki control wasn't perfect because his ki was leaking outside of his body. Now, even just a small issue like that, the ki leaking out of your body, could lead to Kaioken being fatal for a prolonged period of time. So my own headcanon is that since he has proper ki control now, he increased the chances of him surviving with Kaioken and Super Saiyan Blue. Because you gotta remember, guys, there's still a 90% chance that Goku would have died using the Kaioken in tandem with the Super Saiyan Blue transformation. Okay, now the last thing I want to get into was the power scaling for Dragon Ball Super and how it basically got jacked up completely. And I know I've been avidly holding on to the 6, 10, 15 scale for so long. And here I am on camera admitting that I am wrong. The 6, 10, 15 scale is gone. It's broken. That's, yeah. But the power scaling is still messed up. You thought I was done? Nope, I'm not out of this yet. And that is way back in Battle of Gods due to Beerus's Ichiwari Vegeta. You're the first person that made me use 10% in a long time. Now, before I get into that, a lot of people like to say that, or a lot of people think that Beerus was lying then. And I'll give you some reasons why he wasn't lying, or why I believe he wasn't lying. Now, one, when Beerus lies, he lies for motives. When he lied to Goku, he lied to get Goku to go full power. He wants to have a good fight. He wants to have a good brawl. Against Vegeta, there was no reason for him to lie because he was about to defeat Vegeta. Anyways, he planned on defeating Vegeta right then. There was no reason for him to lie at all. No reason whatsoever. Another thing. People say that Beerus used 1%. Now, it's long been disproven. It's long been proven that Vegeta did say 10%. Ichiwari in Japanese means 1/10, aka 10%. It's not 1%. And now this is my own personal thing. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm not sure. Now, a lot of people think that Beerus only used 10% during the flick against Vegeta when he flicked him and knocked him out. Now, I personally don't believe that this is the case because Beerus was never shown to visibly power up at all when he flicked Vegeta. Vegeta was fighting him the same as before, like before, Beerus, basically what I'm saying is Beerus could have been using 10% before. That's when Vegeta landed hits on him, but he was able to knock Vegeta out once Vegeta, finished the Gallic Gun. Because Beerus's 10% is still above Vegeta, but Vegeta was still able to fight 10% of Beerus. Think of it like, what's a good example of this? Someone that's stronger than them but still being able to fight back. Think of an example. Alright, the Z Fighters versus the Cell Juniors. I know it's a weird example, but basically none of the Z Fighters were stronger than the Cell Juniors. With the exception of maybe Vegeta, maybe Trunks, maybe Piccolo. But other than that, all the Z Fighters were able to land at least one blow on the Cell Juniors, even though they're a lot weaker than them. So, I'm not saying Vegeta's a lot weaker than 10% Beerus. I think he's like right up there with 10% Beerus. Probably 7, 8, 9-ish. The least he could be is 5. But that's just my opinion. Because he was able to land hits on 10% Beerus. Anyways, getting into why the scaling is all off. Now, we know for a fact that Beerus used 10% on Vegeta. Note that I didn't say Vegeta equals 10% of Beerus. Beerus used 10% on Vegeta. Now, that means that if Vegeta was 10 times stronger, Beerus would have used 100%. Now, we know that Super Saiyan God is definitely stronger than Super Saiyan 2 Rage Vegeta, right? So is it safe to say that Super Saiyan God is about 10% Beerus, give or take? And even if you don't believe that, if it's in between Vegeta and 10% Beerus, which is kind of crazy to think that, but no offense, I'm just saying not you're crazy, I'm saying it's a crazy thought. Super Saiyan Blue Goku is definitely confirmed to be stronger than Super Saiyan God Goku. So Super Saiyan Blue is above Super Saiyan God. So by Super Saiyan Blue, Goku has to be at the very least 10% Beerus. At the very least. So 10 times 10 is 100. So Kaioken times 10 should have boosted him to theoretically 100% Beerus. Now, even though the 6 and 15 scale is gone, I'm still under the impression that Super Saiyan 3 is a higher multiplier than Super Saiyan God, and it's for this reason. Alright, so disregard the 10, 15 scale completely. Saying Super Saiyan God is about 10% Beerus, give or take, 10% Beerus. Super Saiyan 1 is equal to Super Saiyan God, right? That's been confirmed. Beerus said it himself. Super Saiyan 2 would be 20% of Beerus, and Super Saiyan 3 would be 80% of Beerus, because Super Saiyan 3 is 8 times Super Saiyan 1, 4 times Super Saiyan 2. So Super Saiyan 3 would be 80% Beerus. Now, Super Saiyan Blue, if it was above Super Saiyan 3, that means it would have to be at least 81, at the very least 81% of Beerus, at the very most 99% of Beerus. Here's the thing, Goku used Kaioken times 10, and according to Toriyama, he said that Goku and Vegeta aren't surpassing Beerus anytime soon, and I'm pretty sure he's taking the Kaioken times 10 into account. Goku is still under Beerus even with the Kaioken times 10. So, I think there's no way that Super Saiyan Blue can be stronger than Super Saiyan 3. No way. Due to the scaling. Even if we say, let's say Super Saiyan God is half of that, 5% Beerus. You cut all those numbers in half. That means, that Super Saiyan 3 would be about 40% of Beerus. Super Saiyan Blue would be at least 41. 41 times 10, still above, way above 100% Beerus. So yeah, the scaling is just off. Basically, it's implying that since Vegeta with the 10 times multiplier would be just under 100% Beerus, but still force Beerus to 100%, and Super Saiyan Blue Goku times 10, well, times 2 is able to make Beerus sweat. Times 10, he should be at least very close to Beerus. Saying Super Saiyan, like the way the series is scaling itself, I'm not saying this is what the series is saying itself. Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku from the Universe 6 arc is around the same strength as Super Saiyan 2 Rage Vegeta from the Battle of Gods arc, as both of them with 10 times multipliers would be just a little bit under 100% Beerus. Yeah, so the scaling is really off, guys. So yeah, I talked about this topic discussion video. I want to hear what you guys think about, the abilities and powers of the Universe 6 team, as well as the scaling of Dragon Ball Super. Now, I didn't mean to go into the scaling of Dragon Ball Super like this and how messed up it is, but yeah. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. The more these videos get known, the better content I can produce. So please, guys, if you like it, like the video. If you disliked it, let me know why in the comments below so I can improve for the next time. If you click dislike, let me know why, please, so I can improve, get better. Yeah, so that's about it. It's your boy Joe Smooth out. Stay smooth. Peace.